Well, Zac Gallen continues to be unstoppable in the state of New York, and the Arizona Diamondbacks win their first series since August 2017 at Citi Field. We are recapping this big series win for the Diamondbacks, and I'm definitely turning on that cactus light. Don't you go anywhere. We're starting in 30 seconds. Welcome into Studio K, presented by our friends at Circle K. Of course, my name is Derek Montilla, occasionally known as your mayor of PHNX. I got my guy, Kevin Thomas, occasionally known as Large Intimate on the ones and twos today. And we are here to celebrate a big Arizona Diamondbacks win in the finale against the Mets. Diamondbacks beat the Mets by a score of 4-2, and they take this series, and I don't even know what this team is anymore. Welcome in to you all. Great to see you guys here. You know what? I'm going to do it. You know what we're doing? We're doing this. Everybody, it's on the bottom here. Bang. Bang. Let's go! Light that cacti up. Oh, it's backwards? Is it backwards? No, you know what? The cacti shines no matter what side you're looking at. But Diamondbacks win. Huge victory for this team. Again, Diamondbacks win by a score of 4-2. Most importantly, the starting pitching today was once again outstanding. Zac Gallen was incredible for this team. They improved to 9-6 on the road this year, and they improved to 17-14 this season. The Diamondbacks, you know what? No. Do we have a little Ketel? I don't know if we have a little Ketel in here. Do we have a little? We'll get a little Ketel up the mountain. We need Ketel. Go! Send him up the mountain right now. Diamondbacks, we're not going down Mountain 500. We're going up Mount 500. Again, they secure their first series win at Citi Field since taking a 4-game series from the Mets back on August 21st through August 24th, 2017. Kevin, what were you doing in 2017? What grade of school were you in 2017?
I was 16 and learning how to drive.
Oh my God. Without a care in the world besides getting that driver's license, definitely not thinking about this team never winning another series for the next 8 years at Citi Field, almost 8 years. Also in this game, or in this series, much to the chagrin of many of you watching, Torey Lovullo secured career wins number 600, and now today 601. But you can't say enough about what Zac Gallen did for this team today. He continues to inexplicably dominate in the state of New York. I think we all know that that's because that's where his big tryout is occurring, and that's where we think he's all going to go. But all jokes aside, when it comes to Gallen, he was outstanding today. He was able to establish his fastball early, and I mean, that's really the key, was that we didn't see Zac Gallen shy away from his fastball in this one. He tends to not throw his fastball very much, especially early on, right? He starts to throw his fastball, things don't go well for him. He doesn't have a good feel for it. He will go to his secondary pitches very quickly. He'll go to his breaking stuff. He did rely on the knuckle curve quite a bit, which actually he did have the most whiffs on today. He had 11 swings and 6 whiffs on his knuckle curve today, 4 whiffs on the four-seam fastball. But the four-seam fastball, 43 times today, had a 48%, or 48% of his pitches were four-seam fastball. So I think that's the big difference for Zac Gallen today, is he was getting ahead in counts, and he was working. He was working with his fastball and able to actually use his breaking stuff to full batters. Which, when his fastball obviously isn't working, the other stuff kind of falls apart. It's hard for him to rely on all of his breaking stuff, especially against a team this good. Gallen was outstanding today, though. He held the Mets to just 2 hits. One of those was the only run that he allowed, which was to Juan Soto, who inexplicably decided to wake up today, by the way. No offense to Juan Soto, but he had both of the Mets runs in this game with 2 solo home runs. Prior to that, coming into this game, he was 0 for 7 with 2 walks in this series against the Diamondbacks. So they were able to keep him at bay. Today, the Diamondbacks were able to keep the rest of the team at bay. And again, you can't say enough about what Zac Gallen did today. I think do we have the Circle? We are in the Circle K Studio K. So I feel like today is a great day to actually get good usage out of the Circle K strikeout tracker, because Diamondback, look at that. That thing's almost filled up. Yeah, we're not wasting energy on this one this time, Kevin. 8 strikeouts today for Zac Gallen. Another quality start for him. He only allowed 2 hits in this game. He goes 6 innings, gives up the 2 hits, one of them the home run to Juan Soto. He walked 3 and struck out 8, and Gallen, quite frankly, was brilliant in this game. And again, there is a lot to talk about in regards to the Arizona Diamondbacks once he handed off to the bullpen. This game was not secure. This one was not in the bag just yet, because the Diamondbacks offense once again was fairly mediocre to start this game out, but they did kind of build as the game went on. And again, they did enough late, which is what this team does, to secure this victory and make sure that they didn't blow it late. Bullpen was great, but I mean, today, our king snake is Zac Gallen. Zac Gallen, again, in the state of New York, just seems to be unstoppable. We saw him with his 13 strikeout game, aka the 14 strikeout game in New York against the Yankees, where he was brilliant in that performance. And for some reason, Gallen in Gotham is just incredible. But what was more incredible was the news today that the Diamondbacks received. We will talk about it here shortly, but they did have some injury updates that included losing one Justin Martinez to the 15-day IL with right shoulder inflammation. We'll talk about that a little bit more, but for today, the bullpen kind of stepped up. They did a good job. Ryan Thompson was once again very good in New York for this team. He went in, did 1 inning of work early, gave up a 1 hit, struck out 2. Thompson seems to really be dialing it in lately. And yes, I did text him last night that he's a certified G and a bona fide stud, and he did love the text. But someone who's struggling just a little bit is Kevin Ginkel. Just back from the IL. We know that Ginkel told Arizona Sports when they interviewed him that he very much would like to get some innings under his belt to just kind of feel more comfortable to be back to pitching against major league hitters. Unfortunately for Ginkel so far, those 2 appearances have come in high leverage situations where you can't really blame Ginkel here for giving up the home run to Juan Soto. For some reason, it felt like he just was on fire today and woke up and was actually a threat, unlike he has been so far in the series. But Ginkel did give up 2 hits, 1 earned run. He did walk 1, but he struck out 3. And that's the thing about Ginkel, is it's just amazing how when he really needs it, when the chips are down, when the bases, there's runners in scoring position, and you just need someone to go in and stop it, even if it's a situation he himself created. Ginkel just has what it takes to get out of it, and it's so good to see him back. But I think the biggest thing about today, the thing I enjoyed most, the offense was great. We're going to talk about Perdomo once again delivering, but just an absolute stress-free, incident-free, drama-free 9th inning with Shelby Miller and his K-chain on the mound. Shelby Miller goes out there. He gets the save for this team. It's his first save of the season. Miller has still not allowed a single run this inning or this season. He gets 1 inning of work, zeros across the board. And again, it's just something that is beautiful to see. I think we are all sick of the roller coaster ride that this bullpen has put us through at times. This season, we know that Shelby Miller obviously has been a huge part of the reason why the bullpen has been so good. So has Jalen Beek. So has a few other additions to this bullpen. But right now, I mean, you really start to get the sense that with these guys pitching the way they are, that they might have found something in Shelby here in the 9th inning as a potential closer for this team. And again, we won the Shelby Miller trade. Zach Gonzalez is totally right. He says Shelby a dog. He's absolutely a dog. And I don't know, man. There is something about seeing him in the clubhouse and the way that he carries himself with such confidence, with such I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like seeing Shelby Miller, especially considering that I covered Shelby Miller on his first stint with this Diamondbacks team. Yes, again, I'm a very old man. I've been doing this for entirely too long, and I should be better at it. I know, but still, based on my judgment, based on the differences seen here, besides having an incredible mullet now, Shelby Miller is just a seasoned vet that knows what he's doing. He's very confident in his in his weapons, and especially what he's been able to develop over the last few years. But it's just a very, very exciting thing to see a drama-free 9th inning, and especially against this Mets team. You got to tip your cap to what the Diamondbacks were able to hold this team to in the final 2 games of this series. And you also got to tip the cap for the fact that they were able to hold on to some pretty close games and come out in New York with, once again, their first series victory since 2017, which is entirely too long. But yeah, it was an all-around great performance, especially once again with the Diamondbacks not getting many runs. Not at least today they hit 2 home runs. That was their first home runs of this series, so the Diamondbacks were at least able to have some power, see that offense kind of getting a little bit on a roll. And of course, we have so much more to talk about in this game, including that offense being aided by the return of Ketel Marte when the Diamondbacks head to Philadelphia. But before we move on to talk about the offense and other positive things in this game, I have one more thing to address with the pitching, or should I say the umpiring. Kevin, would you give me some throwing shade music, please? I think I need to do that. Home plate umpire John Bacon. We need to have a talk, because I don't know what was going on with you early in this game, nor do I really understand how you missed a catcher's interference right in front of your face in the 9th inning. But can we talk about some of your strike calls? I don't have the capacity in my voice to scream at you today, but I think you already know what you did. I know most of the internet knows what you did. Kevin, could you aid me with some visual representation of John Bacon's calls against Zac Gallen in this game? These are egregious. Maybe that first one's not so egregious, but these other ones are egregious. Let's see here in the middle panel there, you see ball number 3 there, which couldn't be more in the strike zone down in the bottom right corner. Like completely surrounded, Kevin, by strike zone. Like, that's not on the edge. That's not touching the corner. That's not a little bit low. That's absolutely an egregious missed strike call. I don't even want to look at your goddamn scorecard tomorrow because I've already given you an F. You know your name is John Bacon? You know how hard it is for me to dislike a guy named John Bacon? It's practically impossible. That is a killer indie wrestling name, not to mention the fact that that is my favorite cooked meat, potentially, of all the cooked meats. Bacon, and you're going to make me hate you for your bad calls? I don't need umpiring when the umpiring is going to be this bad. You guys are going to have a job when you get replaced by the ABS system. Don't you worry. You're not going anywhere. You still need to make the call at home plate. But what you, John Bacon, need to not do any longer is make any more calls about balls and strikes, because you, sir, were obviously too hungover from last night to be seeing where the ball was landing in the strike zone. All right. Yeah, that's all I got. My voice can't take many more of these throwing shades, Kevin. They really can't. But these people have to stop upsetting me. That's really what it comes down to. Also, go get yourself some Shady Rays. We're going to talk about that on the other side of this break. And we're also going to talk about the Diamondbacks offense on the other side of this break. So don't you go anywhere. You're watching the PHNX Diamondbacks show. Of course, it is impossible to throw shade without a good pair of sunglasses, and you can get those from Shady Rays. It's also impossible to live in Arizona during the summer without a solid pair of sunglasses. As a matter of fact, yesterday we were outside, we were at an event, and I had one of my friends look at me and tell me that right now she would have traded everything in the world for a pair of sunglasses that she forgot at home. And that's because that's what this outdoor environment will do to you. Go to Shady Rays. They have hundreds of designs to choose from, so many quality pairs that will fit your face and make you look lovely. They also have some amazing crystal clear optics. And again, their polarized lenses are amazing. Their color rush lenses are something like I've never seen before. Not only do they do a great job of blocking out the sun, but they make color more beautiful. I didn't even know sunglasses could do that. But also remember that I have lost my sunglasses plenty of times. And if you ever lose your Shady Rays, they have the best lost and broken replacement plan in all of eyewear. They won't grill you. They won't ask you any questions. They'll just get you out a new pair of sunglasses. PHNX viewers and listeners, right now, go to shadyrays.com and save 35% off a pair of polarized sunglasses with code PHNX. There are over 300,000 reviews for Shady Rays. And of course, those are 5-star reviews. So use code PHNX today at shadyrays.com. Of course, if you also want to make watching sports like this fun game even more fun, go to Bet365. It's never ordinary. at Bet365, whatever the moment. Never ordinary Bet365. They have their early payout offer for MLB right now, where of course if you bet on a Major League Baseball game, you're a winner if your team goes up by 5 runs. Of course, that wasn't the case today, but I did nail my bets in regards to the Diamondbacks money line today. Nailed that Kodai Senga over 5.5 strikeouts bet. I also nailed the under on the total score. So you can get paid like I got paid over at Bet365. Right now, new customers can get $150 in bonus bets when you bet $5, win or lose. All you got to do is sign up, use that code of PHNX365 when you do, deposit $10 and place a bet for $5 or more to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins or loses. Bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, players, props, futures, and more. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 or over and physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP, text NEXT STEP to 53342, or visit problemgambling.az.gov. All right, well, the Diamondbacks, again, they managed to take an early lead, but it wasn't a lot of offense early. They did come back again late, add to that lead, and it was necessary based on the fact that Juan Soto couldn't seem to stop hitting home runs. The Diamondbacks have now scored 68 runs. 68. They couldn't give it to me, could they, Kevin? Because they know that this was going to be another giggling, immature situation for me. But
you didn't handle the last one well, and they didn't think you could handle this one.
I did not handle last night well at all. No, there were too many 69s in the rundown. But Diamondbacks 68 runs scored in the 7th inning or later, continues to lead Major League Baseball ahead of the Cubs, Mets, and Marlins, and by a pretty decent margin. The next closest team is the Cubs right now, with 56 runs scored in the 7th inning or later. So there is no quit in this team. They are the answer backs. They are the bounce backs, and they continue to fight. The Kodai Senga and his ghost fork were tough today. The Diamondbacks couldn't do much. They managed to get 1 run off him in the 5th. Alek Thomas had an RBI single that scored Gino, gave the Snakes an early lead, but it really wasn't a lot. They still couldn't get much going against Senga in this game. Of course, he continues to be excellent. He only allowed 5 hits from the Diamondbacks. However, they did make him work. And even though they couldn't get much against him, they knocked him out of the game early, allowing him to only go 4 innings pitched and getting once again into that Mets bullpen. And what can you say about Geraldo Perdomo that hasn't already been said lately? I mean, you have an interview where Perdomo gave some of the most the coldest answers that you could possibly give in a post-game interview.
The froggiest?
The froggiest, the cold-bloodiest answers. Not bloodiest.
The most reptilian?
Ooh, I like that. Are they
the most amphibious?
Amphibious. They're amphibious. Yes, that's very important to remember. But gave an incredible interview on the MLB Network after yesterday's win. And again, this man, he's a frog. He's a frog. He is the best player right now in the Arizona Diamondbacks, just based on the fact that he seems to get things going. Maybe not statistically, but Perdomo just has it this year. I mean, you add in the fact that he gets a home run here, a solo home run that ended up being very important for the Diamondbacks in the 7th inning. That ended up being huge based on Soto's 2 home run day. That home run had an exit velo of 101.4 miles per hour, went 388 feet to right center field, and that was his 5th home run of the season. So again, it's not only the fact that he's having such good at bats, he's added the power, and he's walking a ton. Perdomo is getting on base. He was 2 for 4 today with a walk. He had a run scored, 1 RBI, that home run. He has 22 walks this season, and that continues to lead all Major League Baseball shortstops, all MLB shortstops, and just his productivity so far this year has been incredible. When you talk about how good this Mets team has been very good in the first month of the year. And in fact, in April, Pete Alonso and Francisco Lindor, they lead Major League Baseball with the most times reaching base in the month of April. Pete Alonso reached base 58 times, and Lindor reached base 50 times. Tied for 3rd place with Kyle Schwarber is one Geraldo Perdomo, who reached base in the month of April 45 times. And I think that's the key, is that Perdomo, when you talk about the embodiment of the answer backs, when you talk about the embodiment of the never quit spirit in this team, it's Geraldo Perdomo. And I think that the interview yesterday was interesting to me. I think everybody should go out there and watch it. I wish we could play it right now because it gets me fired up. I'll run right through this wall. I will run right through this wall. But that's because it feels like Perdomo's talk Kevin, has taken a step from being like funny and cute to having a sincere air of confidence. And I mean, I don't want to go as far as to say arrogance, because it really doesn't come off as arrogant, but what it comes across is that Geraldo Perdomo believes in himself more now than he probably ever has as an athlete, as a baseball player. And the fact is that he's getting it done. That confidence in baseball is just insanely huge for these guys. And you're seeing Perdomo right now just absolutely kill it for this team. Again, his numbers are still good. It's just not what, some of his teammates are putting up. He's batting .275 right now with an .846 OPS. But the killer part about Perdomo right now is just the fact that he has these 5 home runs. He has 25 RBI this season, 7 stolen bases, and he leads all Major League Baseball shortstops in walks. So he's doing everything he can to get on base, and today his contributions were crucial to this team. Another crucial contribution was Timmy Tawa, who hit a huge home run for this team. In fact, it is our Sanderson Ford deep drive of the game. Tim Tawa added a solo home run in the 8th inning, and it really felt like, I don't want to call it a game changer, but I felt like the Mets were starting to mount a comeback. They were starting to feel themselves a little bit. The crowd was getting back into it, and Tim Tawa hits this home run that just kind of made Citi Field go quiet. It was his 5th home run of the season, made the score 4-2, and this was right after Ginkel gave up that solo home run to Soto. So it really felt like it was just it just changed the mood there, and it was very timely for Tim Tawa. Now, the unfortunate part about this, or not, I guess not unfortunate, but this very well could be Tawa's last game for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Per reports, Ketel Marte is going to be returning for this series with the Philadelphia Phillies, and that starts tomorrow. And honestly, the biggest problem for Tawa is the fact that he's pretty much a second baseman. He was called up to replace Ketel, but he doesn't have the infield versatility that Garrett Hampson has to be able to play all 3 infield positions, as well as being able to play the outfield. So unfortunately, that really is the situation. It's not ideal, nor is it based on performance. I'm sure if there was if there's any kind of discussion there about who people would rather have, I'm sure it would be Tawa, but most likely will be will end up being Hampson that sticks around and serves in that backup infield role. But Brandon Stevens says Gambo tweeted he doesn't think Tawa goes down. Honestly, I would hope not. But again, I have some doubt about that. We'll see what happens, though. Some Diamondbacks are going to make a move. In fact, we already got an update on JP Fireeisen has already been claimed off of waivers by who? The Los Angeles Dodgers, of course. He pitched for them at one time, and I'm sure, as Damon told me while we were discussing this, he'll go on to be an all-star this season, I'm sure, as a member of the Dodgers, because that's how things go. You guys are bringing up Josh Naylor's home run that wasn't. I still don't really understand that. Maybe it's just because of the fact that it hit in the line and bounced back into play. That ends up becoming a double or whatever. I thought I was always under the impression that if you hit above the line, but I guess that would be like hitting the line and that bounced back into play instead of bouncing out. But few odd calls in this game. We also had, like I mentioned in my rant about good old John Bacon there, we had a catcher's interference call there late with Josh Naylor that had some confusion. But overall, this Diamondbacks team did a good job, even though that they're not swinging the bat well, of producing runs, getting on base. However, again, when we take a look at the runners in scoring position for this series, you'll see that the Diamondbacks absolutely squandered plenty of opportunities. And again, today's game was that case for the Diamondbacks. They were 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. They left 10 runners on base. So there's opportunity there for the vast improvement from this team. It's not like they're not getting guys on base. It's just getting them in, getting those crucial hits. Diamondbacks had a couple of hits late, though, that really ended up being big for this team, and that ends up being the difference maker in today's game. Diamondbacks win by a score of 4-2, and finally kind of break the curse there of playing in New York at Citi Field, because my God, the things I've done in the last 8 years, I mean, that's practically my entire time covering this team. I was still I still had black in my beard when I was, covering this team at that period of time. So anyway, we got a lot more to discuss, of course, on the other side of this break. Don't you go anywhere. You're watching the PHNX Diamondbacks show. Of course, Pure Edibles makes watching sports even more fun. It makes everything more enjoyable. And Pure Edibles was founded right here in Arizona. You can find them available in 130 dispensaries across the state. They are gummies, which are not covered fully in sugar, but they also offer all sorts of other wonderful variations of candy. They have Kicks, which are their version of Starburst, or as I like to say, now and laters. They also have Chews, which are soft candies like caramels, and hard candies as well. Pure effects are clearly listed on each tin, so you know exactly what effects to expect. And of course, they offer gummies for sleep support as well as candies for uplifting effects. And of course, these are all derived from unique cannabinoids, and that helps the THC in their products have even more wonderful effects. So right now you can check them out. Pure was created in Flagstaff, Arizona at Noble Herb Dispensary, but they're made right here in Phoenix, and they are designed to be ripped or bit in half, making them easily shareable or easy to dial in your exact dose. Go find yourself some Pure edible products from one of over 130 dispensaries across Arizona right now. Speaking of right now, now is a great time to check out Gila River Resorts and Casinos because nobody does it better. You can visit any one of their 4 locations here in the Valley. Wild Horse Pass is a great location because we're going to be doing the Diamondback show there this Sunday. Of course, we also have Lone Butte, Vikiva, and Santan Mountain, and you can experience the best that the Valley has to offer at any one of these 4 locations. You can go all in with over 4,500 slots for their live table games, which of course, they feature some of the most state-of-the-art live table games you could find at any casino, or catch all of the action at any of their sports books, which, let's be honest, sports books are the best place to watch sports. Home might be pretty good, sports books might be better, but we will be, of course, hosting events there all year long, so stay tuned for information on how to come hang with us. Like I said, we have our watch party this Sunday for that finale against the Phillies. We're going to be doing a show from there, so make sure to come on out. Also, make sure just to check out Gila River Resorts at any time. It's always a good time to go there. You do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Visit playatgila.com for more details. Well, the Diamondbacks, of course, win this series, surprisingly. I don't know why I say surprisingly, but Kevin, were you surprised based on especially how game 1 went of the 8-2 thumping that the Diamondbacks somehow found a way to bounce out of this slump they were in after losses to the Rays and of course, moving in here after a series against the Braves that they didn't win? Felt pretty good.
Not surprised that they bounced back from the slump. I was surprised they won this series, considering not only how game 1 went, but how game 2 almost ended. The near meltdown that almost was. The vibes were not great for game 3, but they did win this series, and hopefully they can build on this and stop the slump that's been going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's always surprising, and I joked about this yesterday when we looked at the Senga-Gallen matchup, but I was like, this means Gallen has to win, right? This means Zac Gallen has to win. And of course, he did, because baseball never makes any sense. The Mets, in fact, had only lost 1 game this season prior to the Diamondbacks coming in. So here we go. Diamondbacks have already loaded up and given them 2 of their more losses at home than they've experienced it at all. And we got Jacob Franklin, a.k.a. Faj, in the chat saying, guess what? We get Ketel back. And yeah, of course, Ketel is going to be a huge boost for this team. Can't say enough about what he will do when he returns. But let's take a look at the series numbers from our friends at Desert Financial, because, of course, this one's kind of fun. Diamondbacks get outscored in the series 13-11 thanks to that first game of the series. They also get out-homered in the series 7-2. The Diamondbacks did not have home runs in game 1 or game 2 of the series, with the 2 home runs coming today. Diamondbacks with runners in scoring position were 3 for 22. Yuck. That's not going to be sustainable. And of course, so far we've seen that as being a weakness for this team. It is not about getting runners on base. It is about getting them in. And that is something that if the Diamondbacks can figure out how to change, we're going to see them have a lot more success than what they've already had so far this season. Of course, runners in scoring position, Mets did not have a lot of opportunities. They were just 2 for 14 in these 3 games, despite the fact that they were able to put up 8 runs in game 1 of the series. Starting pitching ERA, incredible for the Mets. Once again, they still lead the league in starting pitching ERA. It was 1.64 in this series. In fact, they only gave up 2 earned runs. Kind of a little bit deceiving there with the opener going in game 2, but 2 innings there, no runs allowed. And then again, the relief pitching ERA, a big reason why the Diamondbacks were able to hold on in both of these very close games. Diamondbacks had a 2.70 ERA to the Mets 4.50 ERA. So, excuse me. This team sometimes you can't even stop yourself. This team, I'll tell you, is incredible at finding a way to win, even when they don't fill up the stat sheet, even when they're not able to come out. Pitching Corbin Burns' performance yesterday, not exactly something that you would say necessarily he shoved. I said he shoved. You might not say he shoved. But again, this Mets team, very hot coming into this series, scoring a lot of runs. Again, one of the best offenses in baseball, one of the best starting pitching staffs in baseball, and the Diamondbacks somehow found a way to steal this one. And feels good, right? Feels great. Feels like the Diamondbacks have actually had things kind of go the opposite direction for them lately. We've taken a look at the schedule and seen a lot of teams, a lot of things coming up on the schedule that you felt like the Diamondbacks should have won, and they didn't. They still can't figure out those Rays, and the Braves continue, no matter how bad they are, to give them problems. But the journey is absolutely right. He says stats mean nothing when we get series wins. And that's all it's about. I agree with that 100%. I feel like that. I feel that's the way the case with starting pitching, right? I don't need 13, 14 strikeouts in order for me to consider it a success. What I love is to see that stretch that the Diamondbacks had of quality starts from pitchers. And I think that's the thing that this pitching staff can do the best, is just offer up those quality starts. We can take a look here at the upcoming series with the Phillies. Again, Diamondbacks are going to get Ketel Marte back, hopefully for game 1 of that series. And we can take a look here at the probable pitchers. Do we have that? Again, with the way Merrill Kelly and Brandon Pfaadt has been pitching so far this season, you got to feel pretty good about this matchup. But they get Luzardo, they get Nola, they get Ranger Suarez, and again, they get the Phillies' best. Luzardo with a 1.73 ERA. Nola having an uncommonly bad season so far. But again, much like Zac Gallen, you can look at those numbers, you can look at that ERA. You just can't get, I guess you can't get it twisted about the kind of pitcher that Nola is. Meanwhile, he's going up against Brandon Pfaadt, who quite frankly Pfaadt at 5-1 has been one of the best starting pitchers. Not just on this team, but Brandon Pfaadt has been one of the best starting pitchers in baseball, period. Again, one of the first National League pitchers to reach 5 wins, and he just continues to be incredibly consistent for this team. Meanwhile, Eduardo Rodriguez's ERA can't get any uglier at 6.06. He's currently at 1-3. And I guess he's the guy that I'm talking about. He's the guy that it's like, I don't care that you go out there and strike out 12. What I need you to do is go out there and be consistent. I need you to go out there and give this team an opportunity to win. He did not do that in that first game against the Mets. So again, confidence level isn't high here in the finale there against the Phillies. But confident that the Diamondbacks with Merrill Kelly and Brandon Pfaadt on the mound in 2 out of those 3 games can pull off another series win here on the road. And again, they've been very good so far this season on the road, actually better on the road than they've been at home at 9-6. So great stuff ahead for this Diamondbacks team. And this road trip, this month of May, frankly, is a huge test. And as it stands right now, the Diamondbacks 1-0 in the month of May. And they have to be in order to keep up with this ridiculous NL West that we have to play in. We'll take a look at that on the other side of this quick message, but did want to let you guys once again know about the Diamondbacks watch party, which of course that's this Sunday, May 4th. It's May the 4th, and Gerald wants you to wear all of your Star Wars gear. So if you have that Mandalorian Diamondbacks Star Wars crossover shirt, probably a good item to wear. You know, I'll be draped in some sort of Roosevelt's ridiculousness, but you can join me. You can join our guy, Damon Dog, fresh off of his trip to, he was in Hawaii?
Hawaii.
That's crazy. I'm surprised he came back.
Frankly. Me too.
Right?
I thought I'd never get him back.
I mean, it's crazy that we got him back in any capacity, but of course, make sure to join us for that. We are going to have a watch party this Sunday over at Gila River Wild Horse Pass. Snakes taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. We're going to watch Eduardo Rodriguez and maybe cheer him on. Hopefully we get to watch a victory instead of watch another absolute terrible performance like he had in game 1 of this series. But we're also going to be recording a little edition of this podcast live out there at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. So make sure to join us for that. RSVP is absolutely free. All you got to do is let us know that you're coming. And of course, we will see you guys there. Like I said, Jesse is going to be there. Damon's going to be there. I'm going to be there. You should be there too. All right. And I'm having a whole meltdown here. My small middle school aged daughter is screaming at me that I need to come pick her up, which is hilarious considering that I right now am in the middle of doing a live show. So if someone could tell Lily Montilla, I know she's not a fan of this show or the host, but let her know that no, I'm not going to be able to pick her up today. But anyway, we have some more to talk about here, including the NL West. Things not great. Let's take a look at the NL West graphic because, yeah, it's still rough. But the Diamondbacks winning this series is huge considering where these other teams are currently at. Dodgers sit atop of the division like we knew it would. We knew they would at 21-10. Padres are at 19-11. Giants are 19-12. I believe those two teams still have one more game to play against each other today, if I'm not mistaken. Not sure if that series has ended or not. Meanwhile, the Rockies got another win. So yeah, that's not terrible. They're at 5-25. No, they don't deserve a woo. They don't deserve a glockenspiel. They don't deserve anything at all. And they deserve your boos and your ridicule is what they deserve. But I don't know. Let's take a look once again, by the way, at that NL West. Because I think the one thing to keep in mind here is how important this series win was, right? If the Diamondbacks go into New York and they lose these games, right? Not only is it awful momentum here for this very difficult month, especially considering that they play 7 games this month against the Dodgers, but it's also completely changes them being in the hunt right now. They're just 4 losses back from the Dodgers, and it really feels like the Diamondbacks are still within striking distance of keeping this competitive. They're just going to need to. Rockies take on the Giants tonight. Okay, so that series between the Giants and the Padres is over, but good luck. We want the Rockies to win against the Giants. We're all Rockies fans right now, but we do. Well, you know what? I will say this: Diamondbacks have one thing to keep in mind, and that's Ketel Marte, who's hitting bombs in backfield games, is coming back today. Kevin, I don't care. Send him back up the mountain again. I want to see Ketel go back up Mount 500 because Ketel Marte comes back tomorrow. Let's go, baby. Talk about a sight for sore eyes. I mean, at least this isn't more of Ketel needing to come in and save this team. They come fresh off of 2 wins. So hopefully the big thing is that Ketel can get back into a groove and get back into hitting major league pitching without feeling like he needs to do too much. I think that sometimes is the kryptonite for so many guys on this team because they do care and they do want to come in and they want to have a huge impact on the game of baseball. Yet that you can't hit 3 home runs in one at bat. And baseball tends to just be one of those games that when you're just trying to hit it, you're just trying to hit the ball, you have more success. Tanner says, why is 500 the bar? Well, Tanner, based on PHNX Diamondbacks lore, that mountain is Mount 500, and we struggled at one point very much in our time on this show to get up Mount 500. So that's the reason why that's the bar. Also, 500 is pretty important right now. I mean, again, the Diamondbacks are missing a lot of key pieces. In the absence of Ketel Marte and the absence of other guys, you would just like to see this team play winning baseball. And honestly, right now with the struggles they're having, with the injuries that they've gone through, it can't be immediately expected of them to still be able to win without essentially an MVP caliber player in Ketel Marte. I know there's 9 guys out there on the field. I know Ketel's not the only one, but he's definitely been missing from this lineup. And it's going to be interesting to see how everything falls back into place. We already talked about Geraldo Perdomo's splits, but quite frankly, I think Perdomo just belongs back into that ninth hole. And I think once the Diamondbacks can get everybody back to where they're at, Corbin Carroll hitting leadoff, Ketel Marte there at second, you should see a lot, hopefully some more consistency from this offense. Right now, that's not been the case. The consistency, though, is getting there with the starting pitching. And like I said, it was a great day for Zac Gallen. He's our king snake. Great day yesterday for Corbin Burnes. So to see in this series, your two aces go out there, each of them give up one earned run and give this team an opportunity to win both of these baseball games is the exact strength we thought we would see from this starting rotation this season. The ability to go out there, especially in a somewhat low-scoring game, keep that score low and give your team a ability to win it is what both of these guys did in back-to-back days, and it's great to see. Now, let's see it regularly. Let's see it from both of them every 5 days, and again, if that's the case, this team is going to be a hard team to compete with. So if that's the case, then maybe in May we'll go a little bit better than I think it's going to go. I'm not putting any bets on May, and Gino still has a lot of home runs to hit for me to dye my beard teal. But Kevin wants to make a teal tracker or beard tracker, and I don't think we need to do that. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll get like a little major league cutout thing of my face going on with pieces that make it teal. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But Diamondbacks need to figure out some things when it comes to their bullpen. They released an injury update today, and things aren't good, quite frankly. The Diamondbacks placed A.J. Puck on the 60-day IL with that left elbow inflammation. Now, that is good from the perspective that the Diamondbacks will not be losing A.J. Puck to Tommy John surgery for the rest of the season. This will give him a chance to return. They didn't have any notes about this being retroactive to a certain day, but there's a good chance that maybe that 60-day IL was from when he went on the IL. That date will be from the day that he originally went on the IL. So, again, their Diamondbacks are going to be without Puck for 2 months. And again, we don't know how he will pitch when he returns. There's no guarantee that a guy that misses that much time will be able to, build back up and get back to playing baseball at a major league level very quickly. But hopefully the Diamondbacks get him back at a critical time where they could really use another left-handed arm in their bullpen. They also placed Justin Martinez on the 15-day IL with right shoulder inflammation. And I think this is a situation where we are much more devastated by this loss. I mean, honestly, quite frankly, we're devastated by both of these losses. This is Puck and Martinez. These are the Diamondbacks closers. This was Torey Lovullo's game plan for closing games this season. We know that Justin Martinez experienced what they thought was kind of a dead arm, which didn't make a ton of sense, but kind of did because it's still early in the season, still kind of close to spring training when sometimes that dead arm phase can happen. But the situation seems to be a little bit worse than that. They did send Justin Martinez for an MRI. Right now, he's just been placed on the 15-day IL with right shoulder inflammation, but not great, right? And we saw that his velocity was down about 5 miles per hour in that outing yesterday, where he really couldn't seem to be effective or get anybody out. So that's it. That's where they stand right now. Hopefully we get some positive news soon on Justin Martinez. The Diamondbacks, in the meanwhile, called up another left-hander and Jose Castillo from AAA Reno. They selected his contract, and Diamondbacks don't have a lot of options right now. But what they do have is they have Shelby Miller. And I know this is cliche to say, but it is, in fact, Miller time. Grab yourself a beer, grab yourself a cold one, kick your feet back up, and watch a guy with veteran experience go out there and pitch some of the best that he's ever thrown in his career right now, and possibly do it in the closer role going forward for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Kevin Ginkel also has closing experience, and perhaps when he gets his feet wet and feels more comfortable, maybe he gets back around. I mean, he still struck out 3 in his inning of work today, so Kevin Ginkel is still Kevin Ginkel. But again, based on the results, Shelby Miller still hasn't allowed an earned run this season. If we want to get crazy, the Arizona Diamondbacks have been already linked to Ryan Helsley, the closer for the St. Louis Cardinals. One who this guy over here, Kevin, knows very, very well. He doesn't like that. He's having a panic attack a little bit. He doesn't know what to think. But whatever, I mean, at this point, Kevin, the cost is going to be too damn high, right? The rent is going to be too damn high because the Diamondbacks are desperate. We're early in the season. Ryan Helsley is Ryan Helsley. We know what what he is as a closer for the Cardinals, but you really feel like right now, even though he hasn't had the best season so far, we know he's an elite closer in baseball, and we know that this could be one time where Mike Hazen absolutely gets fleeced in a trade based on the Diamondbacks being desperate, quite frankly.
Yeah, and I think like when you talk about the leverage that the D-backs might have had at one point, that leverage is not nearly as high if it exists at all.
Yeah,
because of injuries that you've had to arms in both your bullpen and your rotation. I agree. The price would be way too damn high.
Yeah,
and now you do, I feel like, have to look at maybe internal solutions and guys that you could maybe develop up into that role.
Yeah,
but
no, I think that, to be honest, you have BCSC. I'm glad you're here, but buddy, it's 2:51 p.m. So we need to stay a little G-rated at this time of the day. But we appreciate you being here. Shelby Miller, though, I mean, what a pickup he's been for this team. He's been incredibly good. Jalen Beeks, another guy, not quite as good as Shelby Miller, but still a very valuable piece that they added to the bullpen. Shelby Miller was on the team. Jalen Beeks was the guy they went out and picked up. Both of these guys didn't look like they were going to make the bullpen at one point during spring training. And now here they both are being, some of the best pieces that the Diamondbacks have. So Shelby Miller, I think, is the best option for them to turn to. And until there's a better option, or until Shelby Miller doesn't let us sit back, put our feet up, put our hands behind our head, just watch a baseball game end in the ninth inning with no drama, no excitement, no anxiety, no heart palpitations, then I say that's the guy for the job. And until he can't do that, then I don't know why. The only thing I can think is how valuable he's been, obviously, during other times of the game, other high leverage situations. But Ginkel is back and seems to be very fit for that role. And quite frankly, T-time Ryan Thompson was electric in New York. I don't know if it's the big stage. I don't know exactly what the hell got into him, but this man was incredible for the Diamondbacks against this Mets team. And if Thompson can find it consistently the way he did in New York, then he's your other guy, right? And at least for now, the Diamondbacks can put some pieces together until Justin Martinez returns from the 15-day IL, and then reassess things from there. Perhaps, Justin Martinez will be good for that 8th inning role, 7th inning role, but until Shelby Miller proves that he can't do it, in my mind, he's the guy that they need to be turning to in the 9th inning, period. We got some super chats to go to before we get on to the big news, which is the Diamondback City Connect jerseys. That's what I can't wait to get to. We got Piece of Yoshi in the super chat. What's happening, Piece of Yoshi? He said, did anyone else think of the 23 wildcard game 1 Longoria play when Thompson faced Taylor in the 7th? Yes. I also had a very interesting perspective, which was, I believe it was one Bo Brock said that Corbin Carroll's new stance reminded him of Big Papi. Big if true, because that guy, if I recall, hit the ball very well. Nicholas Gruters, thank you so much for your super chat. He said, through all the bull S, if you would told me we would be 17-14 without Ketel, Puck, and now J-Mart, I would take it. Great perspective. Candace, thank you so much for your super chat. Candace says Zac Gallen was giving ace energy, and Tawa said goodnight with that homer. But be honest, was Shelby Miller stuff today kind of hot, or am I just into strikeouts? No, Shelby Miller and that K chain is hotness personified. It's swag, but swag done without speaking, right?
Aura.
Just aura. Oh, there it goes. It is aura. Bees, thank you for your super chat. Bees says Yoshi attending Dbacks Mets game equals winning formula. Yes, that's true. Very true. And he also says spicy Jerry P freaking rules, man. Jerry P is the man. We love him so much, and he has been just tremendous. I love Jerry P with an edge. BCSC, thank you for your super chat. He says this tongue heals this team. Heart emoji, kissy emoji. Come on, I make you read them all the time, so why not? Why not me every once in a while? But Diamondbacks win this one. Big day for this team, and again, good momentum rolling into Philadelphia, who we hate. We hate the Phillies. Speaking of which, I'm going to be on the PHLY Philly show to talk about this series, so make sure to check that out. But most importantly, we got to talk about the big news. The big news that dropped in the very short span of time between the time this game ended and us going to start this show. And no, I am not talking about the Suns front office moves. I am talking about finally an actual leak of the Arizona Diamondbacks City Connect jerseys. And I am proud, excited, thrilled to confirm that this is in fact the Arizona Diamondbacks City Connect jersey. Thanks to our guy, is it Eldon Monitors?
Eldon Monitors, aka Romeo.
Romeo, who did correctly leak several City Connect jerseys himself. So it's and other things. He's leaked shoes. I checked out his account. He's leaked a lot of stuff.
He's a leaker.
He's a leaker. He seems to be pretty correct about this stuff. There was another piece of this that was interesting, or at least for me, confirmed it further in my mind, even though I didn't need confirmation, because I'm a big dummy idiot that's seen it with my own eyes. So I know that's the jersey, and that's absolutely the City Connect jersey. What I will say is that that's the same model from the other City Connect leaks. You can see him modeling the Boston Red Sox jersey and other jerseys. Throw that bad boy back up there. Let's talk about it, because this is electric to me. The Diamondbacks did, in fact, go with that base design of what we saw with the original leak, but a different word mark across the front. Serpientes is back. We got it in teal, and it's beautiful, quite frankly. Honestly, I know it's a small change. I know that the other leak was very close to what this design is, but this is it, boys and girls. This is the Diamondbacks City Connect jersey for 2025. A lot of elements incorporated into this. That's why I still kind of laugh, because before I saw this beautiful purple people eater, I myself thought that I was being fed entirely too many rumors. I know it's a joke that I brought up, but I had heard that it was going to be a vest. I heard it wasn't going to be a vest. I heard it was going to be like a vest, but not a vest. I heard it was going to have pinstripes. I heard it was going to have snakeskin. I heard it was going to be gradient. I heard it was going to be purple. I heard there was going to be Arizona flags and state stuff on it. All of those things are somehow true. All of them are true. And then I was also told that the Serpientes was coming back, which confused me even more. But now that you see the final jersey, you will see how all of that stuff is true. Personally, I really dig the teal accents on the sleeve. I really think that the Serpientes, in comparison to that other Arizona Diamondbacks word mark that leaked, I think it's beautiful. I think it honestly, this just looks better even than the teal one, in my opinion. But it's because I like City Connect jerseys to be busy. I like them to have a lot of stuff going on. I like the Arizona Diamondbacks logo with the state flag, and they still have the 1998 with the shape of Arizona down in the corner. The hats are incredible. You guys want to know, they're purple, but they're also teal, and they have the Serpientes S on them. They're electric. I'm just giving up all sorts of secrets now. That black on the side that you see is not black. It's purple. It's a dark purple. The gradient goes down to a dark purple. The pants are not dark purple. The pants are white, and it really comes together really, really well. I've seen the players wearing them. They look electric. I have seen the entire outfit. Jerry P with tall socks, Corbin Carroll. The swag level from one player to another definitely is different. And what the hell is going on here? No, we're not doing this while I'm in the middle of this show. Oh my God, you're bean boozling me? All right, that one spun. What did I get?
You either are getting a juicy pear or a booger.
Oh, I don't want either one of those things. Oh. It's a booger. It's not a pear. This is why I don't do this stuff. They wanted me to eat sardines before I spent 3 days at an outdoor music festival with nothing.
Bro, they made me
but
eat the
porta
sardine.
potties
I ate the sardine.
to go pooping.
I ate the damn sardine.
Oh my God, it's booger tasting.
And then Leah's just in here being like, by the way, I got the strawberry
Why
smoothie.
do I even know what booger tasting goddamn things taste like? Oh man. I'm sad.
The way he hand-fed him that booger.
Yeah.
Not a sentence I thought I'd see in the chat today, even though this chat is usually unhinged.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want doing anything. I'm not doing their stupid stuff anymore. All right.
Tim says, why are you still eating it? Like, why'd you finish chewing it?
Because, Tim, it's a goddamn jelly bean. It gets stuck in your teeth. There's no getting that out. I don't have a toothpick. I don't have the ability to magically dig in there with my fingers right now while I'm live on camera. It's just going to stay in there. I just wanted the flavor to go away as fast as humanly possible is what I wanted. Why do I feel like I deserve that? That happened right in the middle when I was revealing too much information about City Connects.
It was like when your parents.
It was like I was silenced. It's like they were like brought in by the Diamondbacks to shut me up, and it worked. It worked really well.
It's like when you would curse as a kid and your parents would put soap in your mouth.
Oh, man.
He had to put a little booger in your mouth.
Oh, man. Yeah, Jacob says soft close the show. Wrap it up. There's no reason to even keep this thing going any longer. That was gross. I'm grossed out. Well, here's what I need. I need the Diamondbacks to wear these City Connect jerseys, which it's going to happen on May 9th. So you get to see the full outfit. And again, hat's incredible. The jersey is incredible. I understand some people not liking it, and that's the reason why when people were like really against it, I was telling them, well, if you don't like this one, you're probably not going to like the final one. But I think it's gorgeous. I hope you guys like it as much as I do. And again, the only thing I would have changed is I'm not a huge fan of the dark purple sleeves. I'm not a huge fan of the you're right. The dark purple sleeves, it's excessive, and it doesn't give it a cool look. Maybe if they would have gone, what if they would have gone with an actual vest? What if it would have been that with the actual vest, and instead of those purple sleeves being attached, that was just like an undershirt and the purple vest part? I think that would have been electric.
It would have been better for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm the wrong one to ask, I think.
I still think that I knew this was coming because a lot of the giveaway jerseys that they've had have been like some variation of this, with like the one they gave out this year was black with teal sleeves. So I had this feeling that we were going to get something very similar to this, but we have a lot more to talk about tomorrow. Sean is asking, is it Friedman Friday tomorrow? Unfortunately, no, because Jesse Friedman is going to be joining us on a very special Sunday edition of the show. We don't do things on Sunday. That's my day to sit back with my hands behind my head and drink Miller Lite and have Miller time. But instead, we'll be out at Gila River Resorts and Casinos with you wonderful people. We're going to watch a game together, and then we're going to do the show. So Jesse will be joining us on that Sunday show. Won't be here tomorrow. Tomorrow, we got a 2 p.m. show. And, of course, I will be talking about this upcoming series. Probably some more about these City Connect jerseys. I've probably already revealed too much. So if I magically disappear between now and tomorrow's show, blame the Diamondbacks. They definitely had something to do with my demise. But we will be back again, like I said, tomorrow for that 2 p.m. show. Ryoma asked, can we have Jesse on Fridays and twice on Sundays? No, I don't know. You're going to have to negotiate with him on that. He's a very tough negotiator. He's very shrewd when it comes to contract signings, but maybe we can get him in here more. I hope I can get you guys in here more because I appreciate you guys all being here. Mark R says no to vests. Doesn't like that idea, but hey, that's fine. I think the original jersey I saw that I liked probably the most was our guy, Sun's Unitracker. He had a couple of designs that were very close to the final one, and one of them was just a purple with the Serpientes there, and I kind of like that one. So, but yeah, the journey's right. It's the Perpientes. That's what we're calling it. It's the Perpientes jersey from now on, and that's what it will be forever known as. So, Diamondbacks lit the lamp, cactus light, lit up bright, light the cacti. We'll get that t-shirt.
More cacti content coming soon.
Yeah, we'll bring the cactus with us to Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Don't you worry. But in the meantime, hope you guys enjoy that City Connect jersey leak. I hope you guys are looking forward to seeing those things on the field. I also hope you can follow us all on Twitter. I am at cap_caveman with a K. Kevin is at Kevo Posts. Our show is at PHNX_Dbacks. But as always, all roads lead to at PHNX_sports on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. A lot of big things happening today. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, now's a great time to do so. We're almost up to 40,000 subscribers, and we appreciate and love each and every one of you for subscribing. Thank you. We have built this thing through this community, and it wouldn't be what it is without each and every one of you. So told you guys this before, your most valuable commodity is your time. And don't let anybody ever tell you differently. It is by far your most valuable commodity, and we can't express enough how much we appreciate that you spend some of your very valuable time with us. So until tomorrow, we hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Chris, I do love you guys the mostest. You guys are the best. And Lawrence is right. Hit the like on this video before you get out of here. We appreciate you guys doing so. Of course, we will see you tomorrow with another 2 p.m. show, I guess right at the same time tomorrow. So make sure to tune in for that. And of course, until then, guys, have a wonderful evening. Make sure you behave yourselves, especially you, BCSC and Bees. Bees, I know you're a troublemaker too. You behave yourself. But most importantly, have a wonderful evening. Enjoy this win. We'll see you back here tomorrow. And until then, remember, kids, baseball is fun. But man, it's so much more fun when your starting pitchers get it going.
silly like the mayor.